think so too. Let's head that way. I'm not used to this part of town. I don't live over here, you know. Well, I think you'll like it. You just have to watch out for the cars because they go by really fast through these back streets. Really? Yes, really. Point well taken. I'm so glad you don't have violin this afternoon. Me too. We can do whatever you want. You know what I want to do? What? I want to explore the neighborhood. I want to see what's here. Are you sure about that? Yes, let's go. Well, in that case, I'll just write some notes about what we've learned. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. We're walking down the streets of Edenton. We're on our way. We're on our way to places I've never seen. Where has she been? Here we go. Here we go. We're walking down the streets of Edenton. Come along with me. Come along with me. We'll find some fun things to see. Let's go roaming to those old homes. Let's go looking for new things to do. Let's go find some new attractions. Maybe there'll be one or two. Here we go. Here we go. We're walking down the streets of Edenton. We're on our way. We're on our way to places I've never seen. Where has she been? Look, here's an old church. Do you know anything about it? Not really. I don't go to church here. What's the big deal? Della, did you hear that? Yeah, I did. Maybe they're just having choir practice. Let's go and find out.
Hi there. What brings you to Gale Street Baptist Church?
Hi, Miss Rankins. We didn't know this was your church.
Yes, I've been going here all my life.
I've never been here before. Can you tell us about your church?
Yes, I'll be happy to. Gale Street Baptist Church was built in 1895. Here's a picture of our old former pastor, Reverend Parker, when he was preaching in 1948. What is special about our church is that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke here in 1966.
Dr. King spoke here. We knew he came to Edenton, but we didn't know he spoke here.
He mainly came to speak at the North Carolina Armory over near Dairy Queen, but he came here too. Dr. King spoke about standing up for what was right when it came to racial justice. He wanted people of all colors to have the same opportunities for getting jobs, for getting an education, and for being able to socialize together. He inspired people to get together for the cause and to present themselves in an honorable way so that laws could be changed. And it worked.
Just think, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke here. We are standing where history was made. That's a big deal.
Yes, it is. We are fortunate that he took the time to speak to the congregation here.
Dr. King was a great speaker, but did he sing also?
Yes, he did. His father, known as Daddy King, said that Dr. King had a fine singing voice, and he loved Baptist church music. The civil rights movement was filled with music called freedom songs, and Dr. King called that the soul of the movement.
Do you know any of that music?
Yes, I do. Walk Together Children. Do you know it?
No.
Hey, does anybody out there know Walk Together Children?
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to try it together. It's not very hard to catch on. Just follow me. The words are on the smart board. Walk together, children. Don't you get weary. Walk together, children. Don't you get weary. Walk together, children. Don't you get weary. There's a great camp meeting in the promised land.
It's perfect for our adventure.
Your adventure?
Yes, we're exploring Edenton, going to places I've never been before.
Well, I hope you enjoy your adventure. Girls, it's Friday, and Sunday is coming soon. I have to do things to get ready for Sunday services.
Goodbye, Miss Rankin.
See you, girls. Remember, you're always welcome at Gale Street Baptist Church.
Thank you. That was neat. Miss Rankin can sing, and she knows a lot of interesting things about African American history. Yeah, and the church is so nice. Hey, Della, let's sing that song while we're walking along. Good one, Avery. Oh, walk together, children, don't you get weary? Walk together, children, don't you get weary? Oh, walk together, children, don't you get weary? There's a great camp meeting in the promised land. There's a great camp meeting in the promised land. There's a great camp meeting in the promised land. What's this? This is a part of St. Paul's Church. It's not where they actually go to church. It's just where they meet and greet. We can walk around to where the actual church is located. This reminds me of some old churches in Windsor. They have old-looking buildings and tall gravestones. Some of those gravestones look scary, and so do those trees with the limbs that hang down low over the stones. What gravestones don't look scary? You know the ones I'm talking about? Those ones that are like tall and pointy? And then there are those ones with the funny-looking crosses on them. I don't know why anyone would want that on their wall. It's great. What was that? I don't know. Have you heard of Night of the Living Dead? I think it's turned into Afternoon of the Living Dead. We better run. What's the video? What's the video? Let's go to my mom. She's at work. Okay, I hope it isn't far. Riding on the bus. We're gonna take a field trip. We're riding on the bus. We're gonna take a field trip. We're riding on a two-lane country road. In the yellow and black road. We're riding on the bus. We're gonna take a field trip. I'm so glad we're going on a Friday field trip. Yeah, I think it's going to be a blast. I hope we get there soon. Me too. Riding on the bus. We're gonna take a field trip. We're riding on the bus. We're gonna take a field trip. We're riding on a two-lane country road. In the yellow and black road. We're riding on the bus. We're gonna take a field trip.
Class, we are going to begin our tour of some places that are important to African American history in Edenton. Miss Ryder is going to be our guide. She is so awesome, and we want to thank her for taking the time on a Friday afternoon to show us around.
Thank are most welcome.
We need to stick together to stay safe, so let's cross the street.
Here we go, walking down the streets of Edenton. We're on our way to learn about some history. Hi, Miss Lewis. Hi, everybody. Boy, are we glad to see you.
Avery, Della, we're glad to see you too. What are you doing?
Escaping
Escaping? Escaping from what?
the afternoon of the living dead.
What?
It was so scary. Those tombstones, those voices. We ran away as fast as we could to get away from zombies. Zombies? Yes, zombies. We heard them singing.
Singing zombies? I've heard everything now. Girls, you need to get a grip. Why don't you go with us on our tour? You'll be perfectly safe with our group, and no zombies are allowed to come along.
Very funny. You have no idea. Della, do you want to go with them? Sure. If the zombies return, we'll have an army to attack them with. We just have to check with my mom.
Where is your church?
My mom, we go to St. Anne's Catholic Church. It's just down the street. My mom's working there today.
Miss Ryder, is that okay with you?
Sure. Actually, St. Anne's Church is a historic church. It's a part of the tour. Maybe your mom could tell us about the church when we get there.
I'm sure she wouldn't mind.
Okay, class, here we go.
Here we go, walking down the streets of Edenton. We're on our way to learn about some history. At Della's church. Here we go, walking down the streets of Edenton. We're on our way to learn about some history. At Della's church.
Della and Avery, what are y'all doing here?
Avery and I had just gotten off the bus. We stopped at Gale Street Baptist Church. There, we learned that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. actually spoke there. Then we went to St. Paul's graveyard, and we got scared by zombies, where we met Miss Lewis's group.
Zombies, Della?
Yes, Mom, zombies.
Did you actually see zombies?
Well, no, but we heard them singing.
You heard them sing.
Yes, and before you get any ideas, no, I have not been staying up late and watching horror movies. But I have heard of Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead, that is not true, so get it out of your head, Della.
Okay.
Now, if you want to hear a true story, come along with me, and I'll tell you a little bit about St. Anne's Catholic Church. Is that okay with you, Miss Lewis?
Yes, they can walk with us, and then they can get on the bus when they are done. I'll have the bus driver drop them off at your house.
Great. Come along, girls.
Now you can tell the truth.
Sure. Okay, put your bags behind the door. Welcome to St. Anne's Catholic Church. St. Anne's is one of two Catholic churches built before the Civil War, and St. Anne's is the only Catholic church that is still standing and holds regular services on a regular basis.
Wow, that's a big deal.
In 1821, a preacher named John England came to Edenton, and he preached in front of the courthouse. And in his diary, he wrote that he preached to between 20 and 30 Catholics, and there were people of all colors. There were slaves, there were residents of the area, and other people there too.
Slaves used to come to preaching?
Yes, they did. I believe so.
Couldn't they go to their own church?
For a while they did. That was a good question. But after a while, the slave owners feared that the slaves, if they continued attending services at their own church, would get ideas about revolting and running away. So they thought it was a better idea for the slaves to go to church with them.
It wasn't right for the people to own other people. The slaves should have been free to go to church.
You are correct. We should all have the freedom to make our own choices.
Amen.
Anyway, years later, the church was built in 1857 and construction was completed 1 year later. And after that, the Civil War started, a few years after that, and the Civil War was fought between 1861 and 1865. And during that time, I'm told that Union soldiers entered the church, took out the pews, and used the pews as firewood in the wintertime.
No!
Yes. Anyway, during the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation freeing all slaves.
Yay!
And after he signed the proclamation, all slaves were free. And after that, many people of many colors came to our church, and all were welcome to attend services. And today, we welcome everyone to attend our services.
Bravo!
Those people who were once slaves were they wanted their religious services to be equal and not their color. Color did not matter. Where there was will, there was way.
Where there's a will, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. Where there's a will, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. Where there's a will, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. Where there's a will, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. We've got to be determined. We've got to be brave. We've got to shine our light on the things that make us firstly great. Color doesn't really matter. It should never separate. We've got to live together. Let's unite as one human race. Where there's a will, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. Where there's a will, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. Where there's a will, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. Where there's a will, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. Where there's a will, there's got to be a way. 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 There's got to be a
Okay, class, we're going to move along. It's Friday, and Miss Ryder has some other people and places for us to see. Thank you, Mrs. Benavides, for telling us about your family's church.
You are more than welcome, and y'all remember that you're always welcome to come back anytime. Thank you so much for coming. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you. You're welcome.
Miss Ryder, where are we going?
Mrs. Lewis, class, we're going to another church. We're going to head back up the street to St. Paul's Episcopal Church.
Are we going through the graveyard?
Well, we have to go through a walkway to the church that goes by some of the graveyard.
But that's zombie land.
Girls, come on, suck it up. All right, everyone, let's go.
Maybe if we sing, we can have the zombies not bother us.
Okay.
I have a way of how we can change it.